Greetings, welcome to Facts About Everything. I'm your host, James Egan. David Harbour, best known for Stranger Things, has been cast in the titular role in the 2018 film Hellboy. Because of that, I decided to look at the character as well as the Hellboy movies. Do you know Hellboy has teamed up with Batman? And that is the first fact about Hellboy. Let's dive in. Hellboy debuted in prototype Dime Press 4 in 1993. He looks dramatically different in this image compared to his iconic look of today. The first time Hellboy appeared as we know him now was in X-Men 21 that same year. When he was an infant demon, he was summoned to Earth by a Nazi sorcerer called Grigory Rasputin. Nazis had sorcerers, I don't know. Hellboy was supposed to be summoned to Scotland where Rasputin resided. Thankfully, Hellboy was summoned near East Bromwich, England, and was picked up by Allied troops. They educated and trained Hellboy to be a force of good so he could fulfill his own destiny rather than following a path of destruction. Rasputin summoned Hellboy so he could bring about the end of the world by unleashing the ancient god Ogdru Jahad. Hellboy was raised by Professor Trevor Bruttenholm, who was played by John Hurt in the movie Hellboy. When Trevor took him in, the Doctor formed the United States Bureau for Paranormal Research and Defense, or BPRD. Hellboy is very large, has red skin, a tail, cloven hooves, and massive horns. However, he files down his horns so he doesn't stand out as much in public. He also has an enormous right hand made of rock. It is known as the right hand of doom. He has super strength and endurance. He has a healing factor which allows him to recover from any wound. His healing factor makes him age much slower than normal. He is immune to fire and can naturally understand magical languages. The reason why he's called Hellboy is because he has a teenage mind even though he is an adult body. He matures much slower than a human. That's right. This guy here is a teenager. Although he is a demon, he has no evil in him since he was brought up by humans. He has a vast knowledge of supernatural elements. Is he wearing a nappy in that picture? You know what? Don't tell me. He normally fights beings from folklore like Lovecraft, Norse, Greek, Slavic mythology, and so forth. He is known by many names, including the World Destroyer, the Great Beast, Son of the Fallen One, Brother Red, Man Beast, and the Right Hand of Doom. He is 6'11". For all his services, the United Nations have granted Hellboy honorary human status. He smells like dry roasted peanuts. His father is a demonic Duke of Hell called Aziel. He was born in 1617. His mother, Sarah, was a witch. He is the world's greatest paranormal investigator. Hellboy's real name is Anung On Rama. It means, and upon his brow is set a crown of flame. Now let's look at the movie, which came out in 2004. Hellboy in the movie has normal feet, not cloven hooves. Doug Jones plays Abe Sapien. He is voiced by David Hyde Pierce. However, Pierce refused to be credited because he believed Jones did most of the work. Doug Jones does the voice of Sapien in the sequel.
Sir, I'm John. Agent John T. Myers, Kansas City, 76. T stands for Thaddeus, Mother's older brother. Scar on your chin happened when you were 10. You still wonder if it's ever going to fade away.
Well, see, I love this song. And I can't smile. Or cry. I think I have no tear ducts.
Baby Hellboy, Samael, Ivan the Corpse, and Cronin were all voiced by the director, Guillermo del Toro. Many of the monsters are based on the Cthulhu mythos from the writer H.P. Lovecraft, who is my favorite writer. It took 7 hours to put on Doug Jones' makeup as Abe Sapien, and it took 3 hours to remove it. Vin Diesel was considered for Abe Sapien. It took 4 hours to apply the Hellboy makeup to Ron Perlman. The sequel, Hellboy 2, The Golden Army, came out in 2008. Seth MacFarlane voices Kraus.
Dr. Manning, suck my ectoplasmic Schwanzstocher.
Seth MacFarlane's voice for Kraus was based on Jeremy Irons' character, Simon Gruber from Die Hard with a Vengeance.
Hook, line, and sinker.
A lot of the film revolves around Irish mythology. The villain Nuada was the name of the first king of the mythological Tuatha De Danann people. The film was shipped to cinemas under the name Burnt Toast. Luke Goss's character, Prince Nuada, has a twin sister. Luke Goss has a twin in real life. Speaking of which, the girl who plays Princess Nuada went to my college. I mean, I never met her, but she did. Christopher Lee was considered for King Baelor. Doug Jones plays the Angel of Death. He said all his lines twice, once in a lower pitch and again in a higher pitch. The two voices were merged to create his voice.
Can you say them? It is for you to decide that. It's all the same to me.
The Angel of Death was supposed to walk in the scene, but the actor couldn't do this because the wings weighed 40 pounds. The teenage Hellboy is played by an adult woman. Not only does Doug Jones play Abe Sapien and the Angel of Death, he also plays the Chamberlain. He was blind and deaf in these roles due to heavy prosthetics that he had to wear on his head. This is Seth MacFarlane's first major film. Luke Goss, Ron Perlman, and Guillermo del Toro also worked together before on Blade 2. Also, let me know if you want me to talk about Blade. And finally, in 2012, Ron Perlman heard a 6-year-old child with leukemia wanted to meet Hellboy. Ron Perlman got his makeup team to transform him into Hellboy, met up with the boy, and spoke with him for 4 hours. I already mentioned this before in my inspirational facts video. If you want to know more about that, I'll leave a link at the end of this video. Let me know if there's any other horror, mystical, paranormal characters in comics you want me to do, like Doctor Strange, Swamp Thing, Deadman, and so on. Be sure to subscribe to Facts About Everything. Follow me on Twitter for updates on upcoming videos. Check out my Facebook page to let me know what subjects you want me to talk about in the future. Thanks for watching, see you again.